Welcome back to a legal issue now. The first prosecution witness in the ongoing trial of the former Chief of Defense Staff, retired Air Chief Marshal Alex Bade, one Air Commodore Salihu Ibrahim, has told the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja that he kept no personal records to prove all the cash transactions made between himself and the former defense chief. The witness, a former director of finance at the Nigerian Air Force headquarters, who was cross-examined by the Defense Counsel, Chief Akinolujimi, however, told the court that the command finance officer whose duty it was to keep records has all the records of the amount of the dollar equivalent he handed to the former defense chief at his official residence on a monthly basis. He also told the court during cross-examination that he cannot remember the exact amount of money he gave to Air Chief Marshal Bade during the course of their transactions. He also maintained that the sum of 90 million naira was used for the purpose of furnishing a property belonging to Mr. Alex Bade Jr., the son of the former defense chief, but added that he did not include it in the statement he made to the EFCC. After 2 hours of answering questions from the defense, the trial judge, Justice Okonabang, adjourned to the 19th of April for continuation of cross-examination and trial. The former defense chief is standing trial on a 10-count criminal charge bordering on corruption, money laundering, and breach of trust. Defendants of fallen heroes from the 18 local government areas of CRiver State have been presented with items to aid their self-reliance as they face life without their loved ones. The presentation was made by the National Chairman, Nigerian Legion, Colonel Micah Gaya, retired, at the passing out parade of regular Course B cadets of the Nigerian Legion Corps of Nigerian Commissioners in Calabar, the CRiver State capital.
Widows and orphans of the late legionnaires gathered to witness the passing out parade of some members of the Corps in Calabar, the CRiver State capital. As a group that cares for the families of fallen heroes, the Corps brings various gift items to empower them. The national chairman of the Legion, Colonel Micah Gaya, explains the reason for this gesture.
We recognize the pendants of the fallen heroes, but it goes without saying, when the man passes on, the responsibility, automatically rests on the wife. So automatically she becomes number one in our line of consideration as far as dependents of fallen heroes are concerned.
It will help me seriously. Where my children will be planting cassava and give me food to eat. I'm thanking the government, thanking the Nigerian Legion.
This one it will bring more blessing for my house. So I'll give my children to sow because they learn medicine. I don't have money to buy for them. So when I come see that this, I thank Almighty God.
They have followed me and cry when my wife died. And they used it to help me that as my wife died, so that I may not be stranded.
The Legion also promised to continue to provide support for other security agencies in ensuring law and order across the country.
For security outfits, we synergize with the civil defense, with the police, and other military processors, that is civil processors, to enable us to put the state in order to avoid violence and crime in the state.
The beneficiaries have been encouraged to put to good use the equipment given to them to make them independent and able to provide for their families.
Now let's bring you news of the agriculture sector now, and high bean prices are making things difficult for local cocoa farmers and processors as working capital needs have risen and grinders can no longer afford to store beans. This has forced Nigeria, the world's fourth biggest cocoa producer, to cut its 2015-2016 output forecast. The farmers are also blaming their poor harvest on dry weather.
1 year after the election of President Muhammadu Buhari, Nigeria is still awaiting the promised policies to boost the cocoa sector, whose growth is seen as vital to offset a slump in oil revenue that has plunged the economy into crisis. The present administration routinely states the need to expand the agricultural sector to end the reliance of Africa's biggest oil producer on crude exports and cut its $20 billion annual food import bill. For cocoa processors, the foreign exchange policies have added to the crisis as grinders struggle to get dollars to import spare parts since the central bank has imposed hefty curbs to support the naira. This, combined with high bean prices, Nigeria's high transport costs and erratic power supply have driven up production costs, causing several plants to shut in recent months.
We have started shutting down already. As I'm talking to you, there are about 8 processing factories in Nigeria. And I think as I'm talking now, I think only 3 or 4 of us are in operation. And in operation epileptically. We are just surviving, not living, really.
The roadmap inherited by this government seeks to increase output to 1 million tons by 2018 in a bid to catch up with the 1.8 million tons of top producer Ivory Coast. The Agriculture Ministry also wants to plant 2 million cocoa trees within 3 years, but no details have been given to show how this would be achieved.
We are looking forward to quick intervention, quick action on the part of government, even if it is by policy statements, but we have not seen that yet. So, well, one welcomes such statements, but as we have seen over the years, government talks, but does not walk the talk.
Nigeria's cocoa output is set to rise to 350,000 tons in 2015-2016 season as farmers are reinvesting last season's larger profits in fertilizer and pesticides.
Last year, the price of cocoa was 270,000. So 270,000 to 300 last year. But this year, 800,000 per ton, which I know that is a great benefit to me.
High poverty levels among the 180 million Nigerians have prompted authorities to see the labor-intensive cocoa industry as a way to create jobs, but many businesses in cocoa production have been firing workers to stay afloat.
In a day of diversifying Nigeria's economy, this is certainly an issue that deserves the federal government's attention. On that note, that's it for this edition of News Across Nigeria. Thank you for watching. See you again.